Well, baby, you wanna get down, huh? Come on, let's go walk. We're gonna walk in the park.
How's it gonna feel when I kick your ass?
He like literally picking himself up and like walking across the sidelines. You know how when you swim in the pool, but you like, for him, that's a big step. Like him trying to move us like on the side.
The internet is on fire. And not the cute trending topic kind. We're talking full-blown, chairs flying, wig snatching, reality reunion chaos. Because somehow, someway, Chrisean Rock has found herself at the center of one of the most uncomfortable, jaw-dropping conversations social media has seen in a minute. And yes, it involves her own child. Now listen, the timeline didn't just wake up and choose violence. It woke up, brewed a gallon of espresso, and chose complete destruction. Clips started surfacing, reactions started pouring in, and suddenly, everybody and their grandma had something to say. And not the polite kind either. We're talking side eyes sharper than a Kardashian contour line, tweets hitting harder than a WWE chair shot, comments that felt like they came straight out of a Marvel villain monologue. Because what people think they're seeing. It's got them asking questions nobody expected to ask out loud. And I mean, it's the kind of questions that make you pause mid-scroll and go, wait, hold on, are we really seeing this right now? The energy shifted fast. 1 minute it was casual updates, the next it turned into a full-blown investigation like the internet. It's transformed into FBI TikTok overnight. And here's where it gets messy. Because this isn't just about one clip, one moment, or one misunderstanding. Oh no, people are connecting dots like it's a conspiracy board with red strings everywhere. Old videos? Pulled back up. Past behavior. Reanalyzed every little detail. Zoomed in like it's evidence in a courtroom drama. And suddenly, the narrative isn't just controversial, it's explosive. Meanwhile, fans are split down the middle like a reality show finale. Some are defending her like loyal soldiers. Others are dragging her like it's an Olympic sport. And the accusations? Let's just say they're not light. Words like neglect, detached, and even does she care are being thrown around like confetti at a scandal parade. But here's the real question nobody can ignore. Anymore, is this just another internet overreaction? Or is there something much deeper going on behind the scenes that people are only just starting to notice? All right, let's rewind this chaos all the way back, because this didn't just pop out of nowhere like a random TikTok trend. The story between Chrisean Rock and Blueface has been messy. Like reality TV producers couldn't even script this level of messy. From the jump, their relationship felt like a mix between a toxic romance movie and a Zeus Network fight scene. With emotions flying harder than punches at a backstage brawl. And when the pregnancy news first dropped, the internet didn't just react, it exploded. Some people were excited, thinking maybe this would be the turning point. The soft era, the globe into motherhood. You know, the classic storyline, chaos girl becomes calm mom, healing, arc unlocked. But others, they were already side-eyeing the situation like this doesn't feel stable. And honestly, that skepticism didn't come from nowhere, because throughout the pregnancy, clips and live streams kept popping up that had people raising eyebrows. Moments where fans expected softness but got confusion instead. Moments where people were like, wait, she taking this seriously? And every time something new surfaced, the comments got louder, sharper, and way less forgiving. The internet doesn't forget, and it definitely doesn't stay quiet. Then came the baby. And instead of calming the storm, it felt like the storm just upgraded to a Category 5. Expectations were high. People wanted to see nurturing energy, bonding moments, that warm, protective vibe. But what they think they saw, it didn't match that picture. And that's when things started getting uncomfortable, Clips began circulating where viewers felt something was off. Not necessarily one big shocking moment, but a pattern, small things stacking up like receipts in a messy breakup. The way interactions looked, the tone, the reactions, everything started getting analyzed frame by frame like it was a courtroom exhibit. And once social media decides to investigate you, it's over. They zoom in, slow it down, replay it 10 times and then debate it like it's a national crisis. And here's where the narrative really started forming. Because people weren't just watching anymore, they were interpreting. Some said she looked disconnected. Others claimed she seemed overwhelmed. And then the harshest voices. They jumped straight to accusations that hit way deeper. The kind of statements that instantly turn a conversation into a war zone. Meanwhile, Blueface wasn't exactly helping the situation either. His involvement, or lack of it, became part of the discussion too, and started questioning the entire environment around the child. Like, is this even a stable situation? Is anyone stepping in? Is there support behind the scenes? Or is everything just being broadcast raw and unfiltered for the internet to consume like entertainment? And let's be real, social media loves a messy storyline. It doesn't just watch, it builds narratives, picks sides, creates villains, okay? And then runs with it like it's a Netflix series. And right now, okay, people are painting a picture whether it's accurate or not, and that picture is spreading fast. But here's the twist that made everything even more chaotic. Some fans started pulling up older clips, not recent ones. We're talking throwback footage, interviews, live stream moments, anything they could find. And suddenly, they were saying, "See, this has been a pattern." That's when the conversation shifted from maybe this is stress to wait, has this always been like this? And once that door opened, there was no closing it. Because now it wasn't just about what's happening today, it became a full timeline analysis. People comparing past behavior to present moments, connecting. Dots that may or may not even be connected, but once it's online, perception becomes reality real quick. At the same time, you had another group stepping in, trying to push back against the narrative, saying people were reaching, exaggerating, twisting clips for engagement. They argued that motherhood doesn't look the same for everyone, that not every moment needs to be picture perfect to be real. And honestly, that added another layer too. The chaos, because now it wasn't just about her, became a debate about parenting itself. So now the internet is split into two completely different worlds. One side is convinced something is seriously wrong, building arguments like prosecutors in a trial. The other side is defending her, calling out the harsh judgment, saying people are doing way too much over-edited snippets and viral clips and sitting right in the middle of all this noise. The situation keeps unfolding in real time. Every new video, every live stream, every reaction just adds fuel to the fire. No pause, no reset. Just constant scrutiny under a microscope that never turns off. But the real question is, if this is only part one of the story and things are already this intense, what happens when the situation escalates even further and more voices, including celebrities, start jumping into the chaos? Now, this is where everything goes from messy timeline chatter to full-blown internet warfare. Because once, celebrities, influencers, and loud opinion makers jumped in, the situation didn't just escalate, it evolved into something way bigger than anybody expected at first. It was just fans debating in comment sections. You know, the usual back. But then bigger voices started reacting, reposting clips, adding their own takes. And suddenly, it felt like the entire internet turned into a panel discussion that nobody asked for. Every post became a battleground. Every clip became evidence. And every opinion. Oh, it came with heat. Some creators came in with sympathy, trying to frame things as stress, pressure, and the reality of being under a microscope 24/7. They argued that not every moment should be judged, that people were nitpicking, normal behavior and turning it into something sinister. But then the other side showed up, and they were not playing nice. We're talking full-on colludes, breakdown videos, side-by-side comparisons, and dramatic narrations like it was a true crime documentary. People were pausing clips, zooming into facial expressions, analyzing, stone-like body language experts who suddenly graduated from TikTok University. And the conclusions they were drawing. Shoo! Let's just say they were bold, loud, and impossible to ignore. Meanwhile, memes started flooding the timeline, and not the lighthearted kind. No, these were the kind of memes that come with sarcasm, shade, and just enough humor to make people laugh while still dragging the situation. It was giving Kardashians reunion meets WWE SmackDown with a Marvel-level plot twist. One minute you're laughing, the next minute you're like, wait, this is actually kind of serious. And just when you thought things couldn't get more chaotic, contradictions started popping up. Old statements versus new behavior. Past clips versus recent moments. People started saying, hold on, this doesn't add up. And once the internet smells inconsistency, it runs with it, like it just found the season finale spoiler. Then came the fan divide, and I mean divide. You had one group riding hard, defending Chrisean like it was their full-time job. They were calling out the negativity, saying people were projecting, exaggerating, and straight-up bullying. According to them, the internet was creating a villain out of a woman who's just living her life publicly. But the other side, they were doubling down, saying this wasn't about hate, it was about concern. Saying something felt off and people had the right to speak on it, and the way they were presenting their arguments. It was giving courtroom energy, receipts, timestamps, emotional speeches. Like they were trying to win a case in front of Judge social media. And let's not forget, Blueface got pulled right back into the conversation too. His name started trending AGAIN as people questioned his role, his presence, and his responsibility in all of this. Some blamed him for the environment. Others said he was staying quiet on purpose. Either way, his silence. It spoke loud at this point. The situation wasn't even just about one person anymore. It became a whole ecosystem of drama. Relationships, past history, public behavior, and the constant pressure of living life online. I think the more people talked about it, the more it felt like the story kept changing shape. One minute it's about parenting, the next minute it's about accountability. Then suddenly it's about internet culture itself. And here's the wild part. Every time things seemed like they might calm down, something new would drop. Another clip, another reaction, another viral moment that pulled everyone right back in. It's like the algorithm itself said, "Oh, you thought we were done?" Absolutely not. Even neutral viewers, the ones who usually just scroll and mind their business, got sucked into the conversation because the narrative had become so loud, so unavoidable that ignoring it felt impossible. It was everywhere. It's Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. Every platform had its own version of the story, its own angle, its own spin. And the tension, it kept building because now people weren't just reacting, they were expecting something, a response, a statement, some kind of clarity. Because silence in a situation like this doesn't calm things down. It makes people speculate even more. So now the entire internet is sitting on edge, watching, waiting. Refreshing timelines like it's a live episode of Chaos TV. And the big question hanging in the air is, what happens when the backlash reaches its peak? Emotions spill over and the aftermath starts hitting in ways nobody saw coming. And just like that, the storm hits its peak. Not with one big explosion, but with a slow, overwhelming wave that crashes over everything at once. Because by now, this isn't just internet drama anymore. It's turned into a full-blown reputation battle and the pressure. Oh, it's suffocating. At the center of it all sits Chrisean, watching the narrative spiral in directions that feel almost impossible to control. Because once the internet decides who you are, it doesn't ask for permission, it just runs with it. And right now, The version of her being painted online is loud, messy, and deeply divided. You can literally feel the shift in energy. It's no longer just about clips or commentary, it's about perception. People have already picked their sides, formed their opinions, and locked in their narratives like it's a final verdict. And no matter what happens next, changing that perception, that's the real uphill battle. Meanwhile, the emotional fallout is starting to show in ways people didn't expect. Supporters are getting louder, more defensive, almost protective, like they're trying to shield her from the storm. But critics, they're not backing down either. If anything, they're doubling down harder, pushing their arguments with even more intensity, like they're determined to prove a point. And in the middle of all this chaos, there's something else happening that people aren't talking about enough: the long-term impact. Because internet drama fades, sure, but the narratives it creates, those stick around. They follow you, reshape how people see you, and sometimes they become your entire identity, whether you like it or not. Then there's Blueface, whose presence or absence still lingers over the situation, a shadow that refuses to disappear. Every time his name comes up, it reopens the conversation, pulling everything right back into the spotlight. And at this point, even silence feels like part of the story. But here's where things take an unexpected turn. Because just when people thought they had everything figured out, new perspectives start creeping in. Some viewers begin questioning the narrative itself, asking if the internet went too far, wondering if moments were taken out of context, stretched beyond reality, or amplified just for clicks and engagement. Suddenly, the conversation shifts. AGAI. Not completely, the tension is still there, but now there's doubt mixed in. With the outrage and that doubt, it changes everything. Because once people start questioning the story, the entire foundation begins to shake. Now you've got three different sides battling it out: the defenders, the critics, and the skeptics. Each one convinced they're seeing the truth, each one arguing louder than the last. It's like a reality show finale where nobody agrees on who actually won. Just pure chaos, confusion, and emotional overload. And through all of this, the biggest question remains unanswered. What's really going on behind the scenes? Social media only shows pieces, edited, filtered, clipped into digestible moments that don't always tell the full story. But the internet fills in the gaps anyway, whether those assumptions are accurate or not. That's the dangerous part. Because once a narrative takes off, it doesn't need confirmation to survive. It just needs attention. And this story, it has all the attention. It's millions of eyes, endless opinions, constant replay. It's not slowing down. It's evolving. And here's the final twist that nobody saw coming. What if this entire situation, the outrage, the debates, the viral chaos, isn't just exposing one person, but exposing how the internet itself operates? It's the way it builds people up, tears them down, and then questions its own judgment after the damage is already done. Because if that's the case, then this isn't just her story anymore. Now hold on. Before you even click off this video thinking you've got the whole story figured out, let's be real for a second. Because if there's one thing this entire situation proved, it's that the internet will flip a narrative faster than a WWE heel turn. 1 minute you're the fan favorite, next minute you're public enemy #1 with memes, think pieces, and experts breaking down your life like it's a Netflix documentary. So I need you to tell me, what do you think is really going on here? Is this a case of the internet doing way too much, reaching, stretching clips, and turning moments into full-blown scandals? Or is there actually something deeper that people are picking up on that can't be ignored? Don't sit there quietly. Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this right here, this is one of those debates that's not dying anytime soon. And let's not forget, we've seen this pattern before. The internet builds, the internet destroys, and then weeks later, everybody acts like nothing happened. But this situation, it feels different. It feels like it's still unfolding, like we haven't even seen the final twist yet. So trust me, you're gonna wanna stay tapped in. Also, go ahead and smash that like button like it owes you rent money. Hit subscribe like you're locking in for the next episode of Chaos, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss when the next bombshell drops, because you know it's coming. And if you made it this far, yeah, you're officially part of the drama squad now. No escaping it, no backing out. You're in this storyline with the rest of us. This is Secret Scoop, where the tea is always hot, the drama never sleeps, and the truth, oh, it's never as simple as it looks.